Victor Oladipo being helped off, grabbed his left knee immediately when he went to the ground. Played in just 8 games last year because of injury. Only 33 games 2 years ago with 3 different teams. Only 19 games played in 2020 because of injury. He knew it right away too. You see on the plant there with the left leg, he grabs the left knee, and then as Caleb Martin comes over, his teammate, Victor doesn't say anything and then just says no. He knew right away something was wrong, and
this entire building right now is silent, and so many Miami Heat fans have been a part of this recovery journey for Victor Oladipo. Brought in, rehabbed here. People are so familiar with this story when he was able to really start having an impact, just the basketball community here, especially in Miami, but just in general. Victor is one of those guys that you root for. The emotion that you're seeing on the Miami Heat bench is not because of the injury, but because of the person. We see injuries happen and it sucks, but ultimately as a person, Victor is one of those guys that you root for, and you know his journey and what he has been through. So to have that happen here in the postseason game, and now we don't want to make it seem like there is something, but there is definitely an energy in here, and the way he was talking and what we saw Victor doing on the floor makes you feel like it's something more than just casual.
And you were just talking about how good he's been in this series and how much they need him with Tyler Hero out. So
he was one of the players when I was talking about it. It's like there's some hungry players out there on the Miami Heat bench. And so to see that is so tough for him to get that opportunity and really to maximize, like, oh, wait, I get an opportunity to play 25 minutes. It's about how well I perform and the energy I bring. His defense has been outstanding tonight. Just a tough way to see this game potentially end.
Former number 2 pick in the draft. There were some people early on in his career in Orlando thought that he wasn't that type of player. He gets to Oklahoma City, ends up winning most improved player. We see that all-star talent on full display, and then the injuries obviously became a huge story. Duncan Robinson shooting, a terrific story on his 29th birthday. And it's 117-88 Miami. Got a foul here on the Heat. Kyle Lowry done for the day. Omer Yurtseven checks in. Lowry, spectacular off the bench, being the captain of that second group.
I think those couple of days in between the game, able to get some rest, like that's big for the older players in this series.
And now Cody Martin shaken up, holding his right shoulder.
Little collision right there.
Former Miami guard Goran Dragic at the line as you saw the collision there, and Martin called for the foul. Dragic played really well for the Heat when he was here for a handful of seasons. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. It's Sunday Night Baseball with the Mets traveling to Oracle Park in San Francisco to face the Giants. Coverage starts 6 Eastern with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. So we'll find out over the next 36 hours or so the progress of Giannis Antetokounmpo and whether he can play on Monday night in Game 4. He was injured 4 minutes to go in the first quarter of Game 1. Bruised his low back, returned for a little bit in the second quarter, then left for good with about 8 minutes to go in the first half. Did not play in Game 2, did not play tonight as Martin hits another 3 for the Heat. But they're going to trail 2 games to 1 in this first round series. Crowder gets the floater.
Well, I still think right now the Bucks still are in, I don't want to say in control, but I still believe that they have a scenario in which that, mentally and emotionally, look, they're down 2-1. They still need to get a split. And now we get the OG himself, UD. You Udonis Haslem.
Oldest active player. He'll be 43 years old in June. Part of the rich tradition and history of not just the Miami Heat organization, but the city of Miami.
Yeah, even the NBA. He is a vet to so many people in this league. As you see the first shot missed. But UD just been the same guy since he came into the league. I remember him in Florida and first coming into this league. He's just been a constant pro the entire time.
By the way, Eric Spoelstra with this win gives him 98 in his playoff career. That ties him with Jerry Sloan for 7th all-time in NBA postseason wins. Year 15 for Spoelstra. Beauchamp for 3, got it. Marjon Beauchamp, a rookie from G League Ignite. Played pretty well when he had a chance early in the regular season. We'll see if the Bucks can bounce back. This is a team that faced adversity many times in the playoffs, responded very well 2 years ago. Giannis was hurt in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Hawks. Missed a couple games in that series. Milwaukee obviously won, then came back from a 2-0 hole to beat the Suns in the NBA Finals. And now they're going to trail Miami 2-1 with status unknown of the Greek Freak going into Game 4 on Monday night. Crowder just takes it away from Robinson and gets the layup.
All right, so Duncan Robinson with 20 points tonight. That's a great thing if you're the Miami Heat. You want his shooting and you want his confidence up for the rest of the series because you're going to need him again. We don't know what Victor Oladipo's situation is. No Tyler Hero for the rest of the postseason. But if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, just getting Giannis back ain't going to solve the problem. You get Giannis back, you got to get that elite defense back. You got to get your ball movement back. But if you just think getting him back is going to solve the problem, it's going to help. It's going to help. Don't get me wrong. But you're going to have to still play at a high level, especially with the Miami Heat with confidence.
Their first 2 games, now again, Giannis did play Game 2. Great defensive play. First 2 games, they gave up 126. That's the most through their first 2 games in 36 years. And they gave up 121 tonight. And it could have been more. You got the sense there late when Miami went to deep into its bench that they had started to pump the brakes on the offense. But it's a great point on the defense. It certainly has to be better if they're going to get back on the right track Monday night for Game 4. We'll see about Jimmy Butler, too. He's still hobbling. He didn't have to go back into the game, but Roz was told that he could have.